Unlock your potential today at skillbakery.com.
In this one, what we have done is we have created a to-do list. So here you can see the simple interface. We can just enter a task over here like exploring Cypress, and then I can just click on add task. And here we have our exploring Cypress, and this task can now be edited or deleted or marked as complete. So if I do that, you can see the task has now been marked as completed using a CSS feature. I can delete the task as well. Now, here's the source code for it. In our index.html file, you can see that we have a form tag, and inside this form tag, we have one text box with the ID task input and one button of type submit. Then we have the UL where we are showing the list of tasks that are being added. And then we have the script todo.js, which basically takes care of the functionality. So here we have the todo.js file. And what we are doing is when we are submitting something, we are taking the value from the task input, trimming it, and then finding if the text contains some string. And if it's there, then we are simply adding this li element to our UL. And here you can see we have edit, complete, and delete classes. Finally, we are appending that li element and ensuring that the text box is empty so that one can enter new task. On marking the task as complete, we are simply applying this completed class. And when we are clicking on the edit button, we are getting the text from the li using this line item. And then we are simply populating the text box with it. And on deletion, we are simply removing the li element from the list. Now, for this particular thing, we will be making use of Cypress to perform testing of this to-do application, and it is going to test how it can add a new task, mark a task as completed, edit a task, and delete a task. So basically, all the functionalities that we have built in, the Cypress script is going to take care of all the test scenarios. And for that, here in our spec.js file, we will be writing these test cases. So we will be starting with our group of test cases, and that we can do by simply starting the test case description using the describe keyword and then the name of the group to-do list application, which is going to contain n number of test cases. So here you can see that we are first of all visiting the URL. You can change it as per your URL. And here I have it as localhost URL running on port 5500. The first test case that we are writing is should add a new task. And over here, what it is trying to do, it's trying to get the ID of the text box and then type learn Cypress within that. And it's then pressing the submit button by using the click event. And finally, it's adding that particular task into the learn Cypress. So it's not adding, it's basically checking it whether it's containing that particular task or not. And then the next test case is should mark a task as completed. So here you can see that it says that enter complete Cypress tutorial. Within that, we are clicking on the click button, and then if it's contain complete Cypress tutorial, it's going to find the class complete and click on it. And then if complete Cypress tutorial is there, then it is going to check whether completed class has been applied or not. So that is taken care by the statement should have class completed. And next one we will be taking care of is editing a task. For that also, we are first of all adding one task by clicking on the submit button and then checking whether that task exists in the UL or not. If it exists, then we are simply finding the edit class, clicking on that, and once that's done, it's going to give you a prompt over here. So in that prompt, we are changing learn JavaScript to master JavaScript. And if the parent contains learn JavaScript, then it should now contain master JavaScript as the updated text. So that's how the edit functionality will be tested. And then finally, the delete one, where we are removing the li element from the UL itself. And that we are doing by, first of all, adding a new task called clean the house, clicking on that button so that the task gets added to the UL. And finally, we are checking whether that particular task exists or not. If it exists, then we are finding the delete class associated with it and we are clicking on it. Once that's done, it's again checking whether the clean the house task is part of the UL or not. Usually, the should not contain should give you a true result because it has been deleted. And in case it fails, then obviously the task will be part of the UL and the assertion will fail. So let's save this now and launch our Cypress. So we will type npx Cypress open, and here we have our E2E testing configured. Let's click on this. Then we'll select the Chrome and click on Start E2E testing in Chrome. And here it's asking us to select the spec. So I'll be selecting spec.cy.js, and now the tests are loading over here. Over here, you can see that we have the first task completed successfully, should add a new task. Then we had this should mark a task as completed. That is also done. And then should delete a task. That's also done. But over here, when we were making use of the edit feature, so here what it is saying, timed out retrying after 4000 milliseconds, expected span to have text master JavaScript, but the text was learn JavaScript. So let's give it a try one more time, and we will be rerunning all the tests. And on rerunning, as you can see, the should edit a task is also successful. I have to make some changes in this. So earlier what I was trying to do, I was trying to first of all find whether the learn JavaScript exists in the UL element or not. If it does, we clicked on the edit button, and then over here we were trying to change the text from learn JavaScript to master JavaScript. And then over here the mistake was that I was then trying to find learn JavaScript in it instead of master JavaScript. So I just kind of commented it out to highlight the error that I had in my code, and over here the resolution that I have now. So after adding the task, I am now using this prompt to update it to master JavaScript. So this is there, and here if the learn JavaScript text is there, then we are clicking on edit on it, and finally we are getting this master JavaScript. If it exists in the CY, then we are simply marking it as successful. So if I go back now and quickly rerun all these 4 tasks, so should edit a task, if you see over here, it's visiting the URL, it's getting the task input, it's typing learn JavaScript as I hover on it, then it's clicking on the add task button. As you can see, the click event takes place over here. Then we have the window which shows the item has been added in the list, and over here it's trying to find that particular text learn JavaScript. If it's present, it's going to click the edit button. Over here it's click the edit button, and then over here we have the prompt, edit task, learn JavaScript, and then over here you can see the text now coming up as master JavaScript. So here we are editing it, and next moment you can see the edited task as master JavaScript. So the assertion is that this particular thing exists in the span, and the span is visible to the user. And that's how this particular test now succeeds. And finally, we have the should delete a task. It also has the same set of actions taken, and you can see the result at the end. So that's also a good thing over here. Like, you can quickly run the test, and then at each point you can go in and see what exactly it was doing at that point of time. So that's the snapshot I was talking about, and that's what Cypress provides you, and it makes your life easy when it comes to testing web applications.
If you find the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.